The NH35 movement is getting more and more expensive lately, which makes watch assembling, our hobby, even more inaccessible. So we need to look for alternatives. And recently, the alternative movement that I've been looking for is the VH31 movement. It's a quartz, and also it still gives you the sweeping second hand, making it an interesting choice for a budget watch build. And that is what we're gonna assemble in this video. So let's put this watch together and see how it turns out. This is the VH31 movement. It comes with a battery out of the box, and this movement has no date. This is the pistachio dial. This dial is meant for the NH35 movement, but we will be using the VH31 adapter to fit in this dial. See master hands? Now it's time to put on some finger condoms because protection is important. To put the movement onto the spacer, we have to make sure that the hole where you insert the stem is aligned. Fits in well. As you can see, the adapter has two holes for you to insert the dial. One is at 1 o'clock and the other one is at 8. Since this dial comes with 6 feet, we need to cut off 4 of them. And once you cut off the excess feet, you need to file them down to ensure the rough edges do not damage the movement. And let's blow it with the air blower pumper to remove any small debris that we cannot see with our naked eyes for preventive measures. Next, let's put on the stem for our hand fitting process later. And let's start off with the hour hand. You have to make sure that it is aligned at 12 o'clock. I use a plastic sheet so that I do not damage the hand when I press it down. I do it for preventive measures. Now the minute hand. Once it is down, I turn it for 1 cycle to ensure that both hands do not collide with each other. When it comes to the second hand, it can be pretty difficult. So I recommend using an eye loop so that you'll be able to fit in the second hand easily. And you have to ensure that you do not press it too hard, or else it might interfere with the Cannon pin, which will cause the watch to stop moving. It is time to fit the movement into the case. So as you can see, the spacer is a little bit big, which prevented me from fitting the movement into the case directly. And with that, I have trimmed the edges of the spacer so that the movement will be able to fit into the case. Once that is done, now we have to shorten the stem, and we are almost done with this build. First, you need a vernier caliper to measure the end of the stem and the crown. And with this build, I had to trim off at least 7mm. And pro tip, when cutting the stem, always leave around 1 to 2mm longer so that you can slowly trim it shorter to fit it accordingly. Because when you cut it too short, you will have to use another stem and repeat the process. And depending on the type of crown the watch case comes with, if you manage to push it down or screw it down without any gap, that means you are on the right track. Then we have to oil up the gasket to enhance the water resistance of the case. And lastly, let us finish our build with this beads of rice bracelet, and let us take a look at the final outcome of this watch build. And here is the finished watch. It turned out really well, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So if you enjoyed watching this watch assembling video, do consider to drop a like and subscribe for more watch build videos from me. This is Joshua Loves Watches, signing out.